Hello teacher, this is the exposition or the performance of the mock. So first of all, our mock is called Emalo Institute. So first we are going to see what's language acquisition, second language acquisition, what are the conditions for a successful SLA, and what role plays the culture in this mock. So, second language acquisition is the ability to learn a second language besides the mother tongue. Also, for a successful condition, of learning second language, it is important to have like a great teacher and student relationship, because you see that when we are teaching, the communication must be effectively, and also the communication will allow to the students and the teacher to build a great knowledge or an improved knowledge of your skills. Also, the culture is important because, as we know, the culture improves our language, because we are a socio-cultural people, so we can learn from the others. And also, if we are able to communicate, we can teach the language, we can encourage to other people to learn the language that it's why we pretend to do. So here in this mock we create like a complete complex related to the necessities of the students might have. So we have here the principal's office, the administrations, the restrooms. We have the teacher's room, the meeting room, our 3 classrooms, the restrooms for students, the psychology room, the nursery, the cafeteria, and the reception. So, in these 3 classrooms, we equip them with the purpose that we can like work on all the different skills that we have in English. So first of all, this classroom is dedicated to the theory of Long, that is interaction hypothesis. He says that in this classroom and in this method, it is important that the people are face to face. So that's why every people is located in this way, because he says that the negotiation of meaning allow us to exchange what we know, and that the other people do that as well. So it will increases our input, as we could like collect the good things or the good vocabulary or expression that the people have. Second of all, we have these 2 classrooms that we decided to like present the Krashen's model, that is the input hypothesis. So he says that we have to use the target language. So the target language is the language that we use, the language that we are going to teach them, and the language that they are going to understand. So in this model, we can say that we have like 3 stages. So the first one is to present the language, the second one is the learners practice it, and third one is the production. So in the first stage, that is present the language, we give them like an introduction of what English is, about like an average about the language. So we have the units, their topics, everything that the English is about. So second, we have the learners practices, that is when we develop a topic and we can socialize it and work on it to be more like specific in this one. We can like create situation, or of course it depends of the topic, and in many situations that they are going to use their knowledge and the language that they just learned. And the production is the third part, that it comes to the output part, that it's when you can use the language like freely, but of course it's outside the classroom and maybe outside the institute. So it's when you can put into practice what you learn inside, to take it like a real world conversation, or or maybe to practice it. So we also have to know that the main purpose of this like MOOC or this institute is to be able to create in people an effective communication. So they are going to be able to use the language, to analyze the language, to reflect in the language, and of course use it and defend themselves when they are out. It could be in their own schools, or maybe in the context that they are usually living. A part that we are going to highlight is the part of the awareness. So in this part we are going to apply like a test that will allow us to know in which level of English the student is, and also we are going to do a test that is going to allow us, and not only us but the student too, to know their skills, and it means that he or she is going to be aware about their strengths and weaknesses, so he or she can know at what things they are good at and in which ones they have to improve. Because in the theory of the awareness, it says that if we know these things, we can improve and we can reinforce what we know, and it will allow us to get better in our input, so we can get better also in our output, and to be better in the development of the language. So to conclude with this project, I could like get deep into some things that we as teachers maybe sometimes we don't notice. Like every person has like a different style of learning. Also, we can be, as teachers, can be conscious about how they learn, and how we can design some activities that can allow them to love the English, to practice it, and how we can encourage them to talk all the time, because sometimes we don't see that maybe they do not participate, maybe because they are not shy, but they don't have like a good input, so we can improve them, to make them improve in this part with some motivation, with activities, or some things that they say, wow, I want to learn this because of this, because of that. The idea of learning English is to learn it with a purpose. Well, the purpose depends on every person, because some people want to be just good, other people want to travel, other people maybe need it for business or just to work. And this project allow me to be more conscious also in my process of learning, and I think that along the semester we could like learn about many different ways that we can use and we can talk the language, and also it helps us to not be same old every single time, but we can do something different.
Y detrás de esta magnífica grabación, profe, adivina quién está.
Ay, teacher, no le hago caso.
We love you, teacher. Thank you for everything.
Teacher, thanks for the opportunity, teacher. Seriously, thanks. You saved my semester. I'm sorry, I was so nervous, and I was like.
Esa cara de tragedia.
Sí.
Profe, muchas gracias.
Thanks, teacher.
We love you and we will miss you.